How are you?
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. This morning, I'd like to share with you a beautiful meditation written by
How are you?
Good morning. This morning, I'd like to share with you a beautiful meditation written by U.S. Anderson in his book, 3 Magic Words. So I invite you just to prepare yourself, to be comfortable, to relax into your chair or into your bed or the floor, wherever you are. Just allow your body to be and allow your mind to focus on these beautiful words. So relaxing now, breathing, listening gently without any kind of struggle to understand or analyze the words. Just allow them to flow over you and through you. I know and recognize my oneness with all things. I know that all form and all circumstance are the creation of an infinite intelligence that is in and around me. I know that all things are the result of conception and desire, that my world is ordered according to my own thoughts and convictions. Therefore, I concentrate on harmony. I see nothing but order and constructiveness all about me. I do not accept thoughts of destructiveness and disharmony. In my friends, my loved ones, my fellow workers, I see nothing but cooperation and assistance. I know that we all seek the same answers and the same goals. I know that each person must follow a different path toward his vision, and I understand the searchings and the copings of everyone I know and see. I have sympathy and tolerance for all things and all people. I know that inasmuch as I help others, I help myself. In my brother's eye, there In my neighbor's sorrow, there is my own loss. I have compassion and understanding for all things. For this life in which I have my being strives for understanding of itself. I deny error. It is simply progress toward truth. I know that it is impossible to fail when faith is present. I do not order things to be made in my time or in my place, but trust the universal mind in its own great knowledge of the time and the place and the need and the way. Each moment of each day brings my life closer to realization. The objects of my work are being accomplished this very minute. Success and harmony, peace and confidence are mine. And so if there's something you dream of achieving, some goal you have in your mind, listen again to these words. I do not order things to be made in my time or in my place, but trust the universal mind in its own great knowledge of the time and the place and the need and the way. Each moment of each day brings my life closer to realization. The objects of my work are being accomplished this very minute. Now let us go back to the phrase, I know and recognize my oneness with all things. All form and all circumstances are the creation of an infinite intelligence that is in and around me. And therefore, with all things, I know and recognize my oneness with all things. With birds, with animals, with trees, oneness with all things, flowers, clouds, rivers and lakes, all people. I know and recognize my oneness with all people. So let us bring into our minds now all people who are oppressed, all people who are hungry, all people who are grieving. Feel our oneness with them, which gives us the ability to share with them our compassion, our love. And bring into mind now all people who are joyous in relationship, who are successful in their life pursuits, who are experiencing abundance and health. And recall that we are connected with them as well. And we share their joy, opening ourselves and allowing their joy to flow into us, to empower us, to awaken us, and enliven us, so that we may experience joy and pass it on. Because all people are connected. All positive thoughts and emotions that we share into common mind are available to all people. I have compassion and understanding for all things. For this life in which I have my being strives for understanding of itself.
It doesn't sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome yourselves to Bravo!
Brian, ladies and gentlemen.
Take it away, Sharon.
We gather together in peace. We gather together in joy. We gather together in healing. We gather together in love. Brother, sister, you are not alone. Brother, sister, welcome home. We gather together in hope. We gather together in tears. We gather together in laughter. We gather together in truth. Brother, sister, you are not alone. Brother, sister, welcome home. We gather together in friendship. We gather together in faith. We gather together in harmony. We gather together in God. Brother, sister, you are not alone. Brother, sister, welcome home.
Welcome home. Welcome everyone who is here in person, and welcome everyone who is out there in Fairyland. Okay. We begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional and unceded ancestral territory of the many First Nations and Vancouver Islands who have cared for this land for so long, particularly here in Nanaimo, the Nanaimo people. And please take a moment wherever you are to honor and acknowledge the care of the land that has been given by the people over the years. And if you're watching from anywhere else on the island or beyond, put a note in the Facebook chat or the YouTube comment section. Just let us know where you are. We'd like to be able to kind of track where people are watching us from, and possibly at some point be able to match you up so we have satellites of unity all around the country, and you might be able to get together with others. So let's have some more music from Sharon.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the life. I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. Well done. You guys are funny.
What is this? Be there, be let me?
Be there, let me.
I've never played this one before.
We didn't get a chance to practice. We may go wrong. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I always want to be there, holding your hand and standing by to catch you if you fall, seeing you through in everything you do. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you to that wonderland that all of us can share. All I ask you is let me be there, watching you grow and going through the changes in your life. That's how I'll know I'll always want to be there. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here I am. Whenever you call, you know I'll be there. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you to that wonderland that all of us can share. All I ask you is let me be there. Let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you to that wonderland that all of us can share. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there.
What? What? What are we doing now?
Is that better? That's better. Thank you, music team. That was astonishing. Now I'm supposed to calm you down and pray. But you know, prayer can be a joyful thing. So let us just take that joy into the silence for a moment and recognize that there is one infinite loving presence and power in this universe and in our lives. And that power is expressed as and through each and every one of us. And as we come together, that power is amplified, and each of us is empowered to go into the world with joy, with beauty, with grace, and to make the world a better place. And we give thanks for each other and for this wisdom And so it is. So, in keeping with the somewhat frisky tone of today, something entirely different for our words of wisdom today, and I want you to not blame me, but this comes from our new president, Brenda, who feels that it is possible to have fun with wisdom. And this is a biblical story, a fun biblical story. This is the story of the prodigal son. You all know it, yes? This is the prodigal son in the key of F. You know it. Feeling frisky, footloose, and fancy-free, and fostering a fond hope of finding fun, free and far from family forebodings, a featherbrained fellow forced his father to fork over some farthings and fled forthwith to a foreign field. Flitting, flirting, and feasting with faceless, flea-bitten, fashionable, finicky, fickle, and flexible females. Finally, fleeced of his fortune by his fellows in folly and facing famine, he found himself in a feed flinger in a filthy farmyard. Fairly famished, he fain would have filled his belly with foraged food from the fodder fragments. Finally, the frazzled fugitive, frantically facing facts and frustrated by his foibles, fumed feverishly, "Phooey! My father's flunkies fare far fancier while I am frazzled and forlorn. I will forsake this food flinger and this filthy farmyard and flee forthwith to my family." Frustrated by failure and filled with fear and forebodings, he fled to his family. Falling at his faithful father's feet, he floundered, flapped, and flopped forlornly. "Father, I have flunked," he flailed. "I have fruitlessly forfeited family favor. I am fouled, flubbed, and finagled by the finger of fate, and I am finished." But the faithful father, forestalling further flinching, flagged his flunkies to fetch forth the finest fatling and fix a feast. The flunkies forthwith found fresh fried front flank, fricasseed pheasant, fabulous finger foods, Fritos, and French fries for the feast. But the fugitive's fault-finding freighter frowned on such forgiveness of former foolery. His fury flashed, but his fuming was futile. The faithful father found the fiery filial fidelity to be fine, but not to forbid fervent fraternal festivity. Sure. The fugitive is found. Unfurl the flags with fanfare flaring. Let the fun and frolic freely flow. Former failure is forgotten, folly is forsaken, and forgiveness forms the formation for future fortitude. And finally, this fantastic fable is finished. Thank you, Brenda.
The lady that wrote that was in her 90s when she wrote it.
Really? Fabulous. Okay. So would you repeat with me the vision of Unity Worldwide Ministries, which is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Now, as you know, we are beginning to look at a new mission statement for Unity Vancouver Island. And we've had a meeting on that, and there'll be more, and you're welcome to join. That's on our What's Up Unity feature on the first Tuesday evening of every month. But I thought what I would like to do is put up for you each week one of the previous mission statements from Unity Victoria, or Unity Comox Valley, or Unity Nanaimo, amended to be Unity Vancouver Island. And we'll repeat an affirmation each week and just see how they sit and how that feeds into the unfolding of our new one. So this week, affirmation of the week, I invite you to say it with me. We are Unity Vancouver Island, a loving community inspiring unlimited possibilities through deep connections with spirit, self, and all others. Thank you. And now Sharon has another song for us.
When I'm feeling down and blue, I found a trick that I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. If I wake up with a bad attitude, I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day I pave the way with every little thought I think. What you thinking? 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 You gotta watch your thinking, 'cause when I'm feeling down and blue, I found a trick that I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. If I wake up with a bad attitude, I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything with every little thought I think. I choose to be happy, choose to be free. Moment by moment, it's all up to me. 'Cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day I pave the way with every little thought I think. Day by day I pave the way with every little thought I think. Day by day I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Thanks again, Sharon. This is really rockin' music this morning. As you know, this is a very special day. We have in the house a very special guest speaker, a friend who has been with us before and who we always look forward to having back. Will you please help me welcome award-winning children's entertainer and Roots and Grooves champion, Rick Scott. Rick Scott.
Wow. With every little thought I think. It's nice to be back with you all. Really, 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 truly. And for those of you that are going, the instrument I'm playing is a dulcimer. It's tuned to 2 notes. It has 4 strings. If it was any easier, it would be a kazoo. Now, this is the traditional way the dulcimer is played, on the lap. Is my sound okay, by the way, back there? Yeah, we're good. The song is called Simple Gifts, and it's the first tune that I learned on the dulcimer. And I think it's the best tune ever written. Close second, of course, is Row, Row, Row Your Boat. But it's a song that was created by a spiritual group called the Shakers. The Shakers were from Europe, escaping persecution for their beliefs. They came to America. And the reason they were called the Shakers, well, I'll tell you a little bit about them. They were incredible craftspeople. Their furniture, Shaker furniture, simple as simple can be. Chairs, tables, but they never break. They last for years and years and years. And Shaker furniture is worth a fortune at this point in time. The reason they were called Shakers is because music was a very deep hub of their spiritual journey, much like y'all's situation here, where music is, I feel the reason I love being here is because music seems to be the backbone of everything that happens in this room. There's a song for it. I love that. So the Shakers were so into music that what they would do is that they would form a circle of women, and then an outer circle of men, and then another circle of women, then another, till the circles were all complete. And then they would play their music that they create, and they would get so carried away with the music as they turned in opposite directions, each circle turned in an opposite direction, that they would begin to shake. They were so carried by the music and by the emotion of the spirit. It's a simple thing. Their furniture was simple, their songs were simple, their faith was simple. there was one problem that they had. They didn't believe in procreation. There's no more shakers. The last one passed away in 2017. True that. Now, what they would do is they would adopt orphans. And so they kept going for well over 200 years. They were happening. But anyway, there you go. So I've carried this song with me ever since I learned how to play it. It seems to speak to me every time I start playing it. Even now as I'm talking to you, I'm feeling that melody line just coursing through me. Beautiful lyrics. But we'll fast forward now, where I'm now a children's performer, award-winning children's performer. And I'm playing over 1,000 schools around the world now, right? I'm playing all through Asia. I'm playing across Canada in all these schools. And schools are a very same thing. They are, when you play in a school, that means you're in the gymnasium. It means you find out that the person that really runs the school is not the principal. It's the secretary. And second in command is the janitor. So you go into a school, and they line up the kids in by age. The younger kids are in the front, and it goes back to the grade 7s with the attitude. And you're in a gymnasium, so the acoustics are horrible. The lighting is on or off, often buzzing. And if you're really lucky, you'll get that overhead fan that spreads all the germs while you're performing. So I'll take you now, 1995, I am touring Alberta, playing all the schools in Alberta, and I come to a little town called Donalda. I'm in Donalda, Alberta. Now, Donalda, Alberta is basically a general store that also is the post office, that's also the liquor store, and then there's a school. That's where I come in. I'm going to do a show at their elementary school. So I go to the elementary school, I talk to the secretary, I'm taken to the gymnasium by the janitor, and I start setting up my equipment to do my show. And I'm all alone in the gymnasium. I like it that way, because pretty soon it's going to be wild and woolly. But now it's very peaceful. And a man walks into the gymnasium while I'm setting up my equipment. And he's a very tall man. He's got a big beard, and he's wearing overalls, and he has a hat on that, you know what an engineer's hat looks like, you know, the stripes? Well, imagine that all black and going up another few inches. And I'm a hat guy. And I saw that man, and I saw his hat, and I just thought, wow. I said, that is the coolest hat I've seen. Where did you get that? And he looked at me and said, you can't buy these hats. And he turns around, he walks away, and he walks to the other side of the gymnasium. He walks all the way to the other end of the gymnasium, and he sits down on a bench and just sits there looking at me. So I'm setting up my equipment now. And I've got my equipment set up. I've done my little sound check, and I'm going to go to the staff room now to crank up on some cold coffee and Coffee Mate. Oh yeah, that's what keeps teachers going. It's not the coffee. It's the Coffee Mate. But just as I'm about to go to the door to go down to the staff room from the back of the gym, if the parents steal, can they teach the children not to steal? It's the guy with the hat. He's talking to me. No. He stands up, he walks to the side door, and he opens up the door, and in walk 30 little moon children. They're all wearing handmade clothing. Boys are in overalls. They have the cereal bowl haircut. The girls have tight braids that are all held down with bobby pins to their head, and they have little scarves on, and they're walking in, holding their hands together like this, and their eyes, they don't watch TV. They're in the gymnasium. And they all come in and they sit down in a perfect line and they don't speak. They sit there with their hands like this. I have never seen a classroom of children do that in my life. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And bam, the door opens up and in come the other kids. And they got the T-shirts on that say no fear. And they're rocking and they're bopping and they're punching each other. And the boys are yelling and the girls are trying to get the boys away from them. And they're all teachers are trying to get them to sit in the even rows. And they don't want to sit in even rows. And they're fidgeting and they're laughing and they're pointing at me and they're blah, 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 blah. And these kids are sitting there. And I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go. What's going to happen now? So I start my show. Hey! Over here. Hey. Okay, and I'm going to tell a joke now. I'm going to tell a joke that works every time I tell the joke, and I tell the joke, and these kids are laughing at me. And these kids are going. Okay, let's everybody get it going. I'm going to cook up a song now. Yeah, we're going to cook a song now. Yeah, everybody clap your hands. And the little kids over here going, yeah, we like getting stomping our feet. We're doing that. And these children go. And at this point, my ship is sinking. Because I'm trying to make the whole room happen. I'm good at it, y'all. I can do it. I can make a whole room of children just flow into a frenzy and bring them back down and take them back up and leave them with the teachers in a mellow mood. It's all well rehearsed, and it's not working today. Because every time we're doing this, I'm doing this. And I'm falling apart because I have never been confronted by a situation like this in my whole entire career. And so by the end of the show, I'm almost in tears because I felt like I've completely failed. I've missed something. I don't know what's going on. I just wish that the show could be over and I could leave this place because I am lost. And I'm not kidding, I'm lost. I take a great deal of pride in how I perform for children. It's a sacred duty, and I feel like I just hit the wall. So the show ends, and the children all leave, and I'm just sitting there on a bench, and the principal walks in. And he goes, how'd the show go, Rick? How did the show go? Who were these people? Who were these children? And he said, oh, yeah, the Hutterites. The Hutterites? What? Who? He said, the Hutterites. They're a religious colony that live in Denaldi here. And it's amazing because Peter, the leader of the Hutterites, the last two shows we've had, he hasn't allowed the children to come into the gymnasium. And for some reason, he let them in to see your show. Imagine that. And he walks out. And I'm sitting there going, what the heck has happened to me? I'm really shaken up. I'm not afraid, but I just don't know what's going on. I wish I knew what was happening. And as I'm taking apart my equipment, I'm not paying attention to anything but wrapping the cords and doing that. That guy comes back in, the guy with the hat. And he stands there looking at me for a minute, and he says, where will you be tomorrow? And I'm thinking, probably burning in hell, sir. But I don't say that. I say, I'm going to be in Stettler. I'm doing a show in Stettler. And he went, I'll be there. I think I have a hat that will fit you. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, we shall dwell in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shall not be ashamed. To turn and to turn will be our delight, till by turning, turning we come right. It's a simple gift, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. I'll put one little tag on this for you, is that Peter went back to the colony and told the kids I didn't know what a Hutterite was. And they thought that was hilarious. So I'm back in Vancouver now, and my wife Valerie and I are getting ready to do a tour of Asia. We're literally walking out the door to the cab to go to the airport to go on the tour, and the postman comes up and hands me a packet. And in the packet are letters from these Hutterite children. And the Hutterites are really into calligraphy. And their letters were just beautifully printed out. And basically what they were doing is each child told me what their day was like in the Hutterite colony. So when we started the tour in Hong Kong, then into Thailand, and everywhere we went through Asia, I took a little book with me with blank pages, and I would write down things that I saw and learned in that country, and little photographs of the different animals that are in that country, and some of the photos of me playing for the children in that country. And I sent them the book at the end of it, and ended up getting an invitation back saying that anytime I'm going through Denalda, I could stay at the Hutterite colony. Thanks so much, y'all.
Thank you, Rick. Sharon, do you have a premeditation song?
Only believe, only believe. I don't. All things. Thank you. Only believe, only believe, only believe. All things are possible. Only believe. Only. Oh, there you go. Only believe. All things are possible. Only believe. Only believe. Only believe. All things are possible. Only believe.
So just join me in a few minutes quiet meditation. I invite you to just allow your body to be at ease, to be open and accepting in your mind. Open your mind for new thoughts, the simple gift that a new thought can be. The thought of learning new things. The gift of being introduced to new cultures, new ways, new understandings. And reminding ourselves that despite our differences, we are one. That all people have the same hopes, the same dreams, the same needs. And we offer the simple gift of understanding. And know that as we offer our understanding, we bring more and more people into the consciousness of love and oneness. And so just as you return your consciousness again to your breath, know that our breath connects us. And as you breathe in, just bring your consciousness back to an awareness of time and place and comfort in your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
You're not done yet. Beautifully done, sir.
Thank you.
Well executed.
I play drums too. Yes. Yes, they're an octave apart. Because of my original dulcimer had wooden pegs on it, the pegs would slip sometimes, and I go, oh, a new tuning. So I've got 14 tunings that I play around with now, but the one that I played simple gifts in, that's the mothership of dulcimer tunings. D outside, octave apart, middle string A, or dad. This tuning that I'm in now is D-A-A, da. Da. Yeah, da. You remember you were younger and you found you had a song. And for the first time in a long time, you felt that you belonged. And chances are taken, opportunities made. You try so hard to make a grade, and no one heard the words you said when you took that vow. Oh, somehow this was gonna be your life, and you took that vow. Oh, somehow this was gonna be your life. Oh. You remember down on Main Street when that first coin hit your hat? It was nothing, but it was something. You knew that there was no turning back. And you stare so hard into the light. Next thing you know, it takes your sight. And all that you recall is on that night when you took that vow. Oh, somehow this was gonna be your life, and you took that vow. Oh, somehow this was gonna be your life. And now you're older and you're wiser. Can you tell us what you've learned? I don't know, but I suppose that you just got to play it till it burns. And that is the blessing, that is the curse. It'll make you happy and a whole lot worse. God only knows you did not rehearse when you took that vow. Oh, somehow this was gonna be your life, and you took that vow. Somehow this was gonna be your life.
We don't want you to do the announcements?
We'll never get out of here.
People will be in Kelowna next week going, I thought it was here.
What concert? It was just Rick Scott giving the announcement.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, really great. So coming up, Sunday afternoon, whoa, that's today. What? Roots and Grooves with Rick Scott and Nico Rhodes here at Unity Vancouver Island here in Nanaimo. I think it's in the big room. And that starts at 1 o'clock today. So if you're not here, I don't know what else you'd be doing.
You better have a good excuse.
Yeah, you better have it. Yeah, we'll be taking roll attendance, who's not here, and we'll be calling, why didn't you show up today? What's Up Unity, first Tuesday of every month. This is your monthly update and feedback form. And in our newsletter, you can actually click on what happened. You can get the notes from what happened on June 7th if you weren't able to attend. And a lot of that was around our vision mission statement, as well as how the three different congregations gatherings went as well. So you might want to check those notes out. In Victoria, Monday, Magic at the Met, First Metropolitan Church in room 119. Monday, June 13th at 2:30, How to Hug a Cactus Part 2 with Anna Harvey. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. How to hug a cactus.
I want to know.
In Victoria, Monday, June 20th at 6:30 at the Coffee House, which is also in the same location, I believe. Travel presentation with Judy Bell. No roads, no problem. And of course, all of these you can find on our newsletter. Online prayer circle, Tuesday, June 21st at 7 o'clock on Zoom. National Indigenous Peoples Day Summer Solstice. Bring your prayers, poems, and thoughts to share, and there's a Zoom link for that also in our newsletter, and you can get it here online. Holistic Fair and Sales, Saturday, June 25th, here at the Nanaimo location, and tell all your friends, please. Angel card readings, psychic readings, chair massage, light therapy, card readers, etc. Come one, come all. In the big building, help from my friends, an afternoon of song and celebration with the Nico Rhodes Choir and Friends, Joel Rabu, Rick Scott, Joshua Holloway. That'll be Sunday, June 26th at 1 p.m., and that's by donation. Ongoing events, second and fourth Tuesdays at 1 o'clock at there's a prayer circle at the Spiritual Center in Comox. Tuesdays at 10, seated Tai Chi here in Nanaimo. Thursdays at 10:30, A Course in Miracles here in Nanaimo with Leanne. And the first and third Fridays at 7 o'clock, board games night here in Nanaimo as well. And of course, all of this can also be found at unityvancouverisland.com. Save the date, Unity Family Reunion, July 30th and 31st. So a Saturday night party, a Sunday morning service, and Sunday afternoon barbecue and fun. And that'll be here in Nanaimo as well. So all over, it'll be everywhere. Everywhere, it'll just be spread out everywhere. So July 30th and 31st, mark it on your calendar. And if you have a spare bed and you want to make a new friend, consider offering a billet for a member of our Unity family from out of town. That's for that same event. So if you have some extra space in your place and you want to share it with somebody from one of the other areas here on Vancouver Island, or if they come from anywhere else in Canada, just let us know so we can support that. And our library is open before and after service from 9:30 to 10:30 and 11:30 to 12. There's all sorts of amazing books. I know I have borrowed many in the past, and I believe that's for those that are here, that is down the hall here, the last room to the left. It's in the children's room now. There we go. You can find all sorts of books to borrow, which means they must be returned at some point so that others can read them, but no rush. And in Unity, we thrive. Yes, absolutely. We are an amazing community. We have survived pandemic unbelievably compared to what we know has gone on for a lot of other spiritual congregations throughout Canada and the United States, and it's all because of you. So welcome yourself and thank yourself for making this community stay alive and prosper. And of course, if you're in a financial position to donate, you can do that at donations@unityvancouverisland.com. You can mail in a check, you can drop one off, and there's also a basket at the door here for those that are in person. And for that, we thank you. And our gratitude goes out to all of those who helped organize the very successful in-person sessions in all 3 locations last weekend, and for all of those that attended. Yeah, it was wonderful. And now we will welcome our kids. Woohoo! And for those that are online, yes, there are kids. They did really show up. And they might share what they were doing. What were you guys doing? now. And join me for our children's blessing. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. And our prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am one with the love. The power that is God protects me. I am one with the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am one with the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Amen.